Afternoon, evening, morning, wherever you are in the world. Welcome. As I say, I've opened up this chat just for people to come in and have a chin wag, hang out, whatever. Ask a few questions. So see what's going down. Hello there, Krumel. How are you, sir? How's your weekend been? All good? Anything you've been up to? Anything you want to share? Hey, Suzanne, good to see you. How's your weekend been? How is it up in Buffalo? Been up to much? What's been going down? What's going on? Yeah, I'd say for myself, it's been quite I don't know, weekend where I've been in deep thought, sort of churning over the past, thinking of the future. Not bad. Busy weekend. Busy this weekend, but good. Excellent. Same myself. I just do a few things. Saw family. Right. Okay. Yeah. As I say, I only found out, as I say, when you did, Crewmel. Yeah. It was, I didn't know about it. You probably noticed that I was never over there. I was blocked for quite a while anyway. And to be quite frank, it's the drama, and I'm just not really interested in all that sort of nonsense. I want to do these chats because, as I say, if I was in the same position last Sunday, where I felt everything was a bit quiet. I know Teresa Murphy did a lovely video where there's some live music going on, which she was out at a bar at a charity event, which was good. But I just, yeah, from my standpoint, I just really wanted to just see how everyone is and have a chat. And like I say, Crewmel, I don't really get involved in that side of things. So, Suzanne, what have you been up to this weekend? It's been good, busy. Anything you want to share with us? Like I say, I've been seeing family. Oh, talking about Heathrow. I don't think he's talking about Heathrow. I think he's talking about what was mentioned on the show yesterday. Yeah, Heathrow. That was a bit of a mess. But yeah, I'm just really nothing that exciting so far. Well, this is it for me. I'm pretty much got my head down, and it's all about the trip at the moment. That's all I'm doing. So I'm not really going out, not really seeing people. I'm off the drink. I have been since Boxing Day, and I plan to go for as long as I can, and then more. You know, I was off it for 7 months last year. Yeah, 7 months. I feel like I'm doing the right things. I'm making the right noises. I'm looking after myself. So that's what I plan to do. We'll see how long it lasts, but with the right support, it will be good. I know it'll be good for me. So, nevertheless, so what is this? Thank you, thanks, Suzanne. Yeah, like I say, when I was at this point last year, I was patting myself on the back, but now I know what I can do. Is really at this mark, it's kind of like it's pretty much the halfway house on last year. So just just really just sort of churning, thinking about the past, thinking about what I want to do for the future. Just a little bit of reflection and just getting myself in order. It's got to be about me now. And that's what I want to do. So I'm happy though. I'm happy at this current point. So that I can't deny. So what's been happening in the US then, Suzanne? Anything good? Anything that's worth sharing about? Thank you, Crewmel. I know that you obviously see yourself quite a bit. You're in Jimenez and Max. They do some good shows. They do a lot, obviously, sort of around like mind and body. Hello, Cosmic Connection. How are you? You're right. I met you over at Max. I remember now. How are you? Thank you for coming. And because I know that you're part of Max, I'm just gonna. Okay, Cosmic. If you type something for us, please. You just start typing. You should find that yourself. Okay. Well, there's a lot of confusion here with Donald Trump. I like him because of the immigration, but what sort of things is putting you off at the moment about Donald Trump? Is it some of the tariffs? Is it some of the strict, I suppose, America First options that he's gone for? All right, Cosmic. Whereabouts from Australia are you? I've got friends that went from you moved to England many years ago to Australia. I've lost touch with them all. Ah, there he is. Good man. Lord Kiss Freak. How's things with you? Okay. Let me just do this. Standard. He's making enemies with the world now. Yeah, I think a lot of it is to do with tariffs, but I can understand why he did some of the things that he did. But yeah, it's you got to find an even balance. You can't just shut yourself off. Ah, I'm good. Enjoying your time off. What's that then? Are you when you say enjoying your time off? Is it you on holiday from work or good stuff? Because I've like I say, Lord Kiss Freak. I think I see you in Max as well. Yeah, no, please do. This is I've just literally fired this up because things are a bit quiet, and it's just an open discussion. So everyone in the chat, fire questions. Let's spin up a subject, and we'll go for it. Yeah, but James, I was bought. Yes, right. Well, yeah, he's been. I keep reading the news saying that he wants to annex Canada. I don't know whether I want to. I'll take that with a pinch of salt. So it's work. I've got 7 on, 7 off. Yeah, obviously do sort of shift work then. Okay. So, if you mind, what do you do for a living, Lord Kiss Freak? If you don't mind me asking, if you want to share that, of course. Yeah, Suzanne, I've been to Canada. I did a night in Vancouver when I was in Seattle. Went across the border and stayed in Vancouver. I know people that moved out there as well. Seems to be a good place for migration, certainly from places like England. Good stuff. Well, you're not feeling very well. Is that right, Lord Kiss? Good stuff. Yeah. So yeah, just from okay. So wanting to make them a state is an insult because their land is much larger than US. They always have a good, even though I'm American now and I'm born. So yeah, I can appreciate that. Hey, Kid Rock, good to see you, my man. Kid Rock, I just did what I did yesterday. Sorry, last Sunday. I just fired up a live just to see who was about. So, but you know what, Kid Rock, I'm going to pop that in the chat, and I will. If anyone wants to join me up top in the panel, by all means, there's the link. It's up to yourselves. Like I say, Kid Rocket, all good. I know you're going to come up and join me, Kid Rock. Yeah. Excellent. Good stuff. Distressing and insulting. Yeah, I'm not. Did he actually say that though, or was it sort of just taken out of context, Suzanne? Because he's not really going to go and try and annex a whole country, especially when they're an ally and a neighbour. I didn't really go into the details. So as I say, a lot of it, I only might see the headlines, but I don't drill down. Yeah, I know because the media have it in have it in for him anyway since his last term. So we'll see what was going down. Okay, Kid Rock's going to pop up in a sec, so that's good. Yeah, this is new, popping up everywhere. Okay. Canada gives oil. Yeah, I understand that. He said that. As much as he's the president of the United States, I don't think the world would stand by if he went and took Mexico and Canada. I don't think that that's going to happen. No, oil, gas, water. Hey, Dave T, good to see you. How's your weekend been? I hope you've had a blessed weekend and enjoyed yourself, relaxed. And if you worked, hopefully it weren't too hard. Yeah, I'm not too sure on that, you know. So, Lord Kissfreak, when you new mines are popping up everywhere, is that what you work in? You know, the industry, yeah, mining. He can't do that, but he's making everyone there angry. Yeah, I know. Just I'll take it with a pinch of salt. The majority of the country voted for him. Good stuff, Dave T. I'm glad. All's good. All's good with you. Excellent news. Right, like to hear that. So we've got Crew Mail. Okay. Hey, how's it going, my man?
Hey, James, what's up, buddy? Great talking with you and interacting with the chat, man.
These are the open discussions, the best ones, because you haven't got a topic. You literally just talking to them all the time.
Well, yeah, and you got you're doing it organically. You know what I mean? That's what you want,
yeah,
right?
no,
You want to say what the people in the chat want. You know, like what's going on in their lives, or and
yeah,
then you start a conversation, right?
exactly, yeah.
So yeah, sorry, chat. I can't see you. It's the phone is missing. Okay,
Yeah,
I try to do it differently every time I do it. So I
just out of
said the phone is
curiosity,
missing.
Kid Rock. You know when you're on your script, you see. I'm assuming you're on your phone, yeah.
Yeah.
When I was on my Android earlier, you get sort of options, and then there's one down the bottom that says comment, and if you press in comment, it then gives you a chance, and you get to see all the comments. I don't know if you got.
I tried that like a long time ago, and it just got me to cut off I was like I dropped myself out of the live when I
Right.
tried that.
Gotcha.
Like, yeah, I mean, I'll try it right now, and if not, I'll just come back because
Yeah.
maybe it'll be up. I haven't tried that in a long time, but like I said, I did it a while back, and every time I did it, it just like boop and like kind of bumped me out. So I'll try it
Yeah.
real quick. If I come out, I'll just come back in.
Gotcha.
Okay, I'll try it now. Okay.
Yeah. Cool. Okay. Gonna try that. Hopefully, should be getting back in. Kid Rock. Are you sure?
Oh, hey man, I can see.
Do you see what I'm saying now?
Hey.
Yeah.
Well, no, I think it was an update. But I mean, it was a long time that I tried that, and you know how like everything gets updated so often, right?
Yeah.
Oh, cool. Okay,
So
hold
now
on.
you can see you can see the StreamYard chat.
I can see. Okay, hold on. Hey, Suzanne. Hey, Lord Kiss. You're new here, but how you doing? Uh, Dave T, what's up, guy? Mel, you know what's up? Yeah, okay, cool. I didn't. I always like every time I tried it before, it kicked me out, and I was, I get aggravated after a while. Okay,
Yeah.
hold on. Susan says something to me. Kid Rock, are you sure you're not the homeless guy in the backyard? The hell?
Did you
Mr.
want
Stiggs
so
was,
Stiggs' show today? He had a
uh, okay, hold on a second. Let me finish this, please. Mr. Stiggs was talking about the morning that why you have a good bad connection. Just kidding. Okay, yeah. Okay, Susan, no, I got you. I like laughs and everything, but no, I'm not homeless. And I got a wife. So I got a place to stay. But no, I got you. It's good. Oh wow.
we got the main man here, Mike F. It's always a pleasure to see him.
Oh wow. This is yeah. I always tried this before and it just kicked me out. This is amazing. How like I can see now.
Yeah.
That's yeah. See, you taught me something real good, James. You
No,
know,
absolutely.
I'm
Have
always
we got
I'm
Teresa
always
Murphy in
looking to
the
learn.
house?
Oh, sorry. Go ahead, buddy.
I was just saying we've got Teresa in the house now. Hello, Teresa. Good to see you. Glad
Hey.
you. I was watching your video earlier where you were at that charity event. Teresa did a live with Chuck, and they at the charity event, and they had some good live music. It was
Oh, that's good. Yeah, everything good for charity. It's
absolutely.
always good because you got to remember there's always less fortunate people than you, and that's how I was raised. You know what I mean, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, absolutely. But I think what it was is when we went there, and then just the music. That's one thing that I miss is that I love a good bit of live music. I can't remember. I last went to an event that they was playing live music. So just you can't beat a band and bit of good old fashioned music.
Oh yeah, right. Because a lot of music right now is like bad, right?
Yeah, Teresa, do you mind us asking what cause was it for? I know you did mention it in your live, but yeah, it's maybe we can let some of the people know here. If you tell me what city when I go to visit in the summertime, I'll go there to dig. I'm sure Suzanne's talking with Lord Kissfriend.
Uh, well, Susan, yeah, I got a crazy past, but it's I mean, I'm not a rat or anything like that, and I did, and I did my time and everything, and I changed my life like decades ago, and it was it made me a better person than I am today.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
William Wallace, thank you for coming. Well, good to see you.
But no, I don't. Well, we don't do that anymore. We use incinerators. It's quicker. Allegedly, Susan. But yeah, we updated our situation, so we don't dig holes no more. Too much work. Just chuck them in the furnace and uh, dump the teeth and all that, and that's the end of it. Allegedly. Yeah. So yeah, this is amazing, James. Thanks for. See, I'm always looking to learn new things.
Yeah, because I
And
know
this is
you like
cool.
to interact with the chat as well, and it's frustrating when you can't see them. I've
Well,
just
yeah, that's right. Exactly.
Yeah, I see. I put a comment up there. That was the charity that Teresa Murphy was doing the show presenting.
Suicide prevention. Oh, yeah, that's a shame. Yeah, that's a good cause though, because people like, yeah, and now it's like crazy times. Everyone's broke. All kinds of crazy stuff going on. They get attacked to death and all this. You see it, James.
Yeah,
Right. Um. Fortunately, I never thought about that once. Not once. I don't know. I was like raised Catholic, and I was an altar boy and confirmation and all the communion and all that. I besides against my religion, I just never thought about that because life's not supposed to be easy. You know
yeah,
what I
but
mean?
I think life's more complex in some ways in this day and age. And I'm not saying I know that we've got life, especially in the first world, where everyone tends to be a little bit more better off. I'm not saying everyone is by no stretch, but we've
Right.
got other things. There's obviously there's more of an open society as well to all kinds of people, but there's other complexities as well where we've got media and propaganda, which, if used correctly, is one of the best tools in the world. And then you've got the other element where it can mess with people. A lot of the time as well is I think that and I'm sort of going off on a tangent here. Suicide
Oh yeah.
covers a whole whole scope, but I'm just trying from what I'm sort of seeing through things in the media. People need to get out, so to say, a bit more like exercising and things like that. Being on computers all the time, looking at negative things. There's lots of factors that go into it. Hello, Joe Delamora.
Hey Joe, how you doing? Hey, let me answer this question. Suzanne says, "Are you talking about dead bodies, Kid Rock? What the hell?" Um, I'm just joking, Suzanne. I never killed anyone. Um, Someone almost tried to kill me, but it wasn't like. Well, the guy was messing with my girlfriend when I was about 18, so he took a baseball bat and hit me. I blocked it with my elbow, so my elbow got shattered, and I just kicked him down the street and beat him like almost to death, allegedly. And my friends had to pull him off. But my thing is, if someone's trying to kill me, I'm probably gonna try to kill you back. So, but I'm older now, and I'm very well reserved. Like I don't like look for trouble or nothing, Suzanne. But there's always an a-hole in the crowd. But no, I changed my ways. I don't. I'm older now. I got wife and stuff, and you know what I mean. I'm just doing me. And if someone happens to bother me, or someone's gonna try to rob me for what, $20 in my pocket, well, you're probably gonna have to kill me, okay? Because I'm
Yeah.
not the kind of person that's gonna hand over my wallet. So I hope that explains a little bit about me, Suzanne. Okay, she says, "Oh, that's good." Well, yeah, come on, Susan. I'm not. Listen, if I was killing people, you think I'd be on like YouTube? No, I'm like a low key guy. And back in the day, I was high profile, like meaning like the cops and everything, but I was always like try to be profile, and I was always good with counter surveillance. You know what I mean? Like I could tell, like if we're taking a drive and someone's following us, we boop boop boop, we take off and everything. But that was them.
Yeah.
Right.
100%. I'd say to anyone in the chat, if anyone's feeling a bit brave, I've got the link pinned at the top of the chat. You're more than welcome to join me and Kid Rock. As I say, if you want to, by all means. Yeah.
Okay, hold on. Susan's asking me questions. Sorry, buddy. Yes,
Yeah.
we have to defend ourselves, but we shouldn't harm a person intentionally. Oh no, exactly. Listen. I just go. This is my thing, Susan. I go to point A to point B. I'm just doing to go somewhere and coming back. I'm not here to bother people or whatever. And we live in a crazy world. And yeah. So, but yeah, I don't like. I even like a long time ago, I didn't look for trouble like when I was doing my thing. I was like a low key person. But like when you're in bars and after hour bars and stuff, things happen. Because at our bars, a lot of people are drinking and on drugs and stuff, and you get what you put in. I mean, you know. So, but no, I didn't never really look for trouble. Real for the most part, not really, because it wasn't my style. But I was the first. Like if someone was messing with me, I was the first to jump up. I hope
Yeah.
that answers your question, Susan.
See, things like that, where you're talking there, like being around in bars and things like that, I feel like I've got very old very quickly. I don't do those sort of things
Oh
anymore.
no, I'm old, James. I'm an old man. Okay, hold on. Susan's asking me. You said you put the teeth and everything in the incinerator. That was what happened. Oh no. Oh, Susan, that was a joke. Yeah, I was just doing that. Like, you know how, like, I'll give you an example. Like, James just showed me how to get the chat while I'm on the live. You know, that's updated. I was just referring that instead of digging holes, we did that. So that was like a joke, even though it might be a little sick for people. That's all it was. Okay, I don't kill people, and I don't do nothing.
Rumel, welcome. Hello, sir. Good to see you.
Who's here?
Got Crewmel up.
Oh, hey, Crewmel, how you doing, buddy?
Hello, everybody.
Hello, Crewmel. Thank you for joining me. I think it's the first time you and I have been on a panel together. So good to see you, sir. Thank you for coming.
Yeah, me too. How you doing, Crewmel?
Yeah, it's the first time.
How's everything? How's everything? All good?
Yeah,
All good man.
a bit confused, but that's all.
About what?
About the news from yesterday.
Oh, what I said?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I wasn't trying to, like. I just happened to heard about it, and like I said,
I don't get.
with
I
you
don't get.
for.
Why, I don't
Okay,
get.
sorry,
Why.
go ahead.
I am not getting why.
You're getting what?
Doesn't understand why.
I mean,
Oh, you talk about me saying that, or what happened to you?
no. Why you're saying it? I don't get it.
Oh,
I've been out of it for about 2 years, so.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry I even brought it up. Okay. I mean, I always had great interactions with you. I just heard that thing, and then he said that you were still here, and I mentioned it. I won't ever mention it again. Is that okay? Is that fine with you?
Yeah.
I'm
That's
sorry,
okay.
Carmel. I mean, we interacted a long time, and I just thought it was bad that what happened. So
No.
my mistake. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, buddy.
No problem.
All right,
No.
buddy. I'm sorry.
No.
Oh, well, that's good. I was to say, it's good. It's glad to come up anyway, and because it's hard when someone says something and you're in the chat and you're trying to talk back because you're typing. You sometimes the message can't get across right, or sometimes things can be taken out of context.
That's
So
true.
that's obviously the best way is when we're talking now. This is why I started going live, because it's a lot easier to say something than it is to keep typing all the time, especially on the phone, small screen, and my clumsy fingers keep hitting the wrong buttons and spelling mistakes, etc.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Yeah. So as I say, because Krumo, you're always in quite a lot in Jimenez and Max now, so you're doing quite a bit over there.
Yeah, I'm modding there.
Yeah, they do some really interesting stuff there. And
yeah.
Oh, Teresa, here we go.
Hey, I'm up on the panel with these distinguished gentlemen here. How you doing?
Hey,
good, thank
Teresa.
Hey, Teresa.
How are you? Hi, Cromel. How are you? Hi, James. Hi, Kid Rock.
Hey.
We just got back from the fundraiser. It was very nice, very nice.
Excellent band. That woman had a beautiful voice.
Yeah. They really had some nice bands there. It was very, very delightful afternoon. Very nice. Yes. So we went there and we supported our cause, and like I said, in case you didn't hear, it's one of my son's friends who committed suicide 5 years ago, and
Wow.
so what the mother did was turn her grief, like I can't even imagine, into like a positive thing. And so she's the actual warrior for. They go to schools and talk about it because he was a high schooler. So,
Teresa,
yeah,
did you know? Did you? Excuse me. Did you know the kid?
yes, he was
Oh
friends with my
wow! So
son.
like you were like the second. You know how like the second mom thing always
Well,
coming over. Oh,
yeah, he
that's
played
hard.
basketball with my sons, and he did a lot of sports with my sons. So they were friends in school, and they did a lot of things together. And
Oh, so he
yes,
interacted with you too.
it
Okay.
was horrific.
Yeah, that's hard. Yeah.
Yeah,
Wow.
it was, and for the kids especially, and the mother, of course, but the kids just wow.
Yeah,
It was yeah bad. It was bad.
yeah, that's a shame.
So what she did was she started a foundation, and she goes around to schools, and she has her own podcast now called James Warriors. Um,
Oh, okay.
and yeah, they talk about
Well,
suicide
yeah, because
prevention,
like the
looking for
kids like
signs.
I
Yeah,
mean,
how to look for signs and stuff like that.
like
Education.
right, like it's like I mean I'm older guy, Teresa. I remember there it wasn't so prevalent. Like I mean it happened,
Yeah,
but it wasn't as much as like the last 20 something years, I would say,
yeah.
because
I
you
think yeah.
pressures
I know
and
what
then
you're talking about.
you know what I mean.
Because
I
back
mean,
then,
right? Go
when
ahead.
we were kids, I think when we were kids, like I'm 62, so when we were kids, it was more like drunk driving, because back then, the MAD thing came about, Mothers Against Drunk Driving, and
Right,
stuff like that, because we lost a lot of friends to that.
and then even drugs too. Right,
Yes,
right.
and drugs. Well, drugs was always a big part of it. It still is.
Well, yeah,
But
there
yeah,
was a
but
sad. Okay, go ahead. Sorry, hon.
no, go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
There was a sad story. Like when I was going to high school, there was some kid, and he was from he was like a wealthy. His family was wealthy and everything. And
Hmm.
everyone picked on this kid. I was a freshman, and so was he. And I was like, it's like, what? Come on now, what the hell, right?
Yeah.
And then what happened was in the summer, um, he decided to go on the railroad tracks.
Oh,
Okay.
oh,
And what happened was someone grabbed him before it happened.
yeah.
Some person up, like happened to see it.
Mm-hmm.
So he saved them. So
Mm-hmm.
they put him in the hospital and everything. And guess what? When he came out, he finally did it.
Oh,
And,
yeah.
and it
It's a
was
type of
terrible. And I was like, yeah, it
it's
was like,
mental illness. Yeah, and it's a
it
depression
don't
is no joke.
discriminate. His family had a lot of money. It don't discriminate. You know what I mean?
Right. No, it does not. No, it does not. It's a state of mind, and usually it starts off with a depression, and depression is a very serious
Oh
illness.
yeah, that's like if you keep thinking about it. I mean, you cannot listen. You ever heard this one, Teresa? You can't outrun your brain,
That's exactly right.
right?
And
You can't like
sometimes our
you can
brain,
move to
it
Timbuktu
runs
or
way ahead
whatever,
of our thoughts. Yeah.
right? You can't you change your address or whatever. Sooner or later, it's gonna pop back in your head. I mean,
That's
whatever
right.
the situation or your problem you have.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm charging my phone now. Hold on a second. You go ahead.
Okay. It's sad. It's very sad. But this lady has done wonderful things with her unfortunate experience with it, and she's just kind of like a legend in the county doing this stuff. So we, of course, being that they're close to our hearts, we definitely support we would always do that anyway for any one of those kids in the school. But it happens
Right.
all the time. It happens more often than we want to know.
Well,
Really.
now these days with internet and everything and bullying and all,
Both, yes. The
right?
bullying, the internet, cyberbullying is a big part of that. It all just
And a
stems
lot of
from that.
pressure, like like teenage pressures.
Lots of
You
pressure.
know,
Lots of pressure. Yeah.
I mean, we had pressures when we were kids. Come on, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, I mean, I like underage drinking and all that. I mean, that was just part of my culture where I
Mm-hmm.
grew up at.
Right.
Well, I mean, I think that's prevalent, but now it's like, I mean that, but then it's like the pills and stuff, and then
Right.
they don't know what they're taking, like the
Right.
fake pills,
Right.
and
You
boom,
don't know what you take if you're buying
that's what I'm
stuff off
saying,
the
right?
street. Even if you're buying weed off the street, you do not know what you're getting. I mean, if you don't know the person, you don't know what you're getting. You know.
Well, yeah, right. I mean, I seen like where I'm from. Well, I'm not gonna say where I'm from, but they like busted some people. It was on the news and everything,
Mhm.
and they the weed was like an ounce of weed, but it was like sprayed, and you could
Yes.
see it just looked
Yes.
funky. It looked funky, and I mean, I know about weed, okay, but it was like, and it just looked like funky. And it's like, nah, I ain't smoking. I mean, I don't even know what the smell would be. I mean, I just have to just showed it on the TV, right? Well, this looked weird.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's serious. I mean, I never was into any of that. I just never. I mean, I grew up with my friends. They all tried it, did it, whatever. It never did anything for me, so I never really got into it.
Well, yeah, right.
I mean, I was just one of those kids. I was the designated driver. I was the mother of the pack. I was always the one to take care of them when they had fun because I really wasn't into that. Did I have a few drinks? Oh, yeah, of course I did. I was a kid.
Well,
But
yeah, it's part of growing up. You
yeah.
know, come on.
but I never
Right.
got into that. And thank
Yankees for
God my
life.
kids never did either. Right? I mean, right, Chuck, back when we were kids, right? We was mostly drunk driving. It wasn't like the pills and shit like that. I mean, you
Oh,
did
yeah,
get
right.
occasional
Alcohol and marijuana.
alcohol and marijuana. That's all. Yeah.
But a lot of this, like that marijuana, that skunk, they put it in these labs, or don't they? Put it under ultraviolet light, so it's not natural. Do you know?
Right.
And so it's stronger, and that can
Right.
have
Right.
more
Well,
lasting
what they're
effects as
doing
well.
too. I mean, some of them, wherever. I mean, it depends on where it comes from. They could spray it with anything. They could spray it with fentanyl.
Yeah, that's
They
a
could
big
spray it
problem
with
in the
anything.
States.
I mean,
Hold
it's
on, please.
unbelievable. Yeah.
Hold on, Teresa. Yankees for life. How you doing? I can finally see. Thanks to
Oh,
James.
Yankees for life. Hello.
Yeah, and okay. Yes, go ahead, Teresa. I didn't have my other phone because I threw it away.
Oh,
So
that's okay.
James told me to like 'cause I didn't know when I was going on live I could look at the chat. He said try it as I did before, and it always cut me out. And he showed me today, and I now can see the chat
Yeah, you could.
and
You have to
talk
go
with
to
you. So
yeah,
that's
you can
like
see
it's an
the chat.
update. So that's good.
The
I'm
only
always
thing you
willing to
can't
learn.
see is the people on screen. You could see the chat, but you can't see people on screen.
Oh yeah, right.
Mhm.
Yeah, I mean I could see a little bit, but it's like darkened. But yeah, right.
Yeah.
I could tell there's 4 people on
Yeah.
the screen. But yeah,
Gotcha.
okay, that's
Yeah.
good. I'm always willing to learn. That's a good thing.
Absolutely. I mean, that's what life is about, learning.
Like
We're
when I was
always
little, I
learning.
really didn't care.
I'm
I mean, I'll
still
be honest
learning.
with you.
I'm still learning.
Right.
But it's gorgeous out here, so we're taking the dogs for a walk before we
Oh.
go down and settle down. We're always
Yeah.
busy.
Lucky day where you are.
It's good to be busy, though. That's life, right? It's a good busy. It's a good busy. Well, thank you, gentlemen, for letting me up here. I appreciate it.
No
Okay,
worries. It's a pleasure
Teresa.
having you, Teresa. Thank you.
Yeah,
You have a good night
thank you
now.
for having me. And Carmel, it's nice to meet you finally. I can hear your voice.
Yeah, that's okay.
I appreciate you very much. I appreciate all of you coming into my
Okay,
chat.
Teresa, you have a safe one. Okay, have a good one now.
Yes, I'll be in the chat.
Get rid of your
Okay, bye-bye
hangover.
now.
Get
Thanks,
rid of
Teresa.
your hangover from yesterday evening.
Pardon me.
No, I was talking to Teresa.
Oh, right, yeah.
She had a party yesterday night, and
Oh.
she was pretty wasted. So get rid of your hangover.
There's nothing.
Okay.
Plenty of water as well to get your rehydration.
Yeah,
I usually use water and V8.
V8. Oh, that's a vegetable drink.
Yeah, the vegetable drink. It gets a lot of nutrients in you.
Oh, disgusting stuff. Ugh,
Uh,
ugh. I don't like that. No.
okay. Well, I mean, to each his own. It's okay.
So, but did you do much up Crewmel over the weekend? Was you out at all last night, or?
No. I'm never going out anymore.
Right, no, fair enough.
I have now and then I go to a concert, but that's about it.
All right,
Okay.
okay. So what sort of, you been to any concerts lately? What sort of music?
All kinds of music,
Okay, so you've got a wide palette.
from classical to blues to rock and roll to whatever. I worked for a record company for a few years, so I had to accompany the musicians for when they were here. So I'm a music fanatic,
Oh, good stuff.
and now and then I get invited. I'm still getting invited to go to concerts,
Oh, that's
because,
nice.
and that's pretty good. Mostly it's backstage or on stage or whatever. So
Oh, there you go. Yeah,
you're based in the Netherlands, so
yeah,
is a lot of concerts you go to like in Amsterdam or Rotterdam, or do you go outside of the Netherlands to these concerts?
I go to all of Europe.
Wow.
I go to Montreux in Switzerland. I go to Sevilla in Spain. I go to Paris. I go to Rotterdam, Amsterdam, Groningen, in the Netherlands. There are a lot of places that there are concerts at. So it's great, and it's great to meet. Sometimes it's great to meet the musicians.
Well, who's the most notable musician that you've met?
David Bowie.
Oh, wow.
Oh, wow. Okay.
I was scared to meet him. I didn't want to meet him because he was such a mythical figure. So
Oh, yeah, right.
and then you have to spend 3 days with this guy. And I was going, oh man, I don't want to do that. I want to keep this man on the pedestal. But he was a great guy. I had a lot of fun with him.
Very artistic. He done some good movies as well. Was it Merry Christmas, Mr. Lawrence?
Yeah.
The Labyrinth.
Yeah, and the man who sold the world. Or not the man who sold the world. I can't remember the name right now. There's another one.
Was it he was going to be nominated for a knighthood, and he turned it down. He said he didn't believe in them.
No, he was a very down to earth person.
Yeah.
After his period of drugs, and he had a wild period, but when I met him, he was pretty stable, and yeah, he was very, very nice. He was a very nice guy.
Yeah.
And he did normal things. I mean, I went to with Thin Lizzy, and they were all about the star treatment.
Yeah.
So you had to build a pub behind the stage, an all Irish pub.
Oh, wow.
Behind the stage, and with everything in it, every drink, everything.
Oh, wow.
And they never used it. It was just an ego thing.
Oh, okay.
And with Bowie, it was 3 days visiting musea, and then going out to dinner and stuff like that. It was very nice. So it depends on the musicians that you, yeah. I mean, Lou Reed was a nice guy, but he was absolutely crazy. Because if you have 20 electroshock treatments before your 20th birthday, you can say you're not pretty normal anymore.
Yeah.
Right.
So there were people that were great, and there were people that were absolutely horrible.
Right. Hey, Krumel, I have friends in the music business a long time ago, and I have actually a CD of Jimi Hendrix, like 1969, and it was in Hawaii. It was a live show, and they taped it. They happened to be there, and they taped it the reel, but then they put it into a CD, and there's only like a handful of people who have it. I got one of the CDs.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, it was like live from Hawaii. I think it was 68, 69, right before he passed away.
Could be. I'm not that age, so.
Oh no, but I'm just saying in music. But everyone heard Jimi Hendrix.
Yeah, I know.
Right. I mean,
was
he
a great,
revolutionized. He was a great. He was looking too early for sure.
yeah, he was a great guitar player, but he was an inventor of music.
Right.
I mean, just like Stevie Ray Vaughan, he,
Oh,
he was one of the greatest ever.
oh yeah, he was great.
And I saw him at Lorelei Festival in Germany, and it was an experience. And yeah,
Yeah, I
but
remember.
he died much too early.
Right, I remember because my he had a concert in Alpine Valley in Wisconsin, right? And then he had the helicopter, the accident,
Yeah,
and my friend was there like for that show for
yeah.
Stevie Ray Vaughan, and I was coming in because the Who was coming. So he was leaving. The Who then I came in for the Who, and then we heard what happened with the helicopter.
Oh man, it was horrible news. That
Yeah.
was horrible news. But it could have been Clapton.
Oh right, yeah. I remember. I heard about that. He said he decided, wait, I had to do something or something, and then
Yeah.
bam. Right.
Yeah.
I heard about that.
He said to Stevie, "You go first, and I'll take the next one." And well, that could have been the end of Eric Clapton. So
Right.
instead of Clapton, it was Stevie Ray Vaughan.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it was a pity because he was at last he was clean. He was off the drugs and stuff like that, Stevie.
Right.
So it was, he was how do you call it?
He passed away too early.
Yeah, but he was such a good guitar player.
Oh yeah.
He was kind of I don't know.
Innovator. Is that the word?
No, yeah, he was an innovator too, but I mean, he was a sort of I don't know. I can't get to the word right now
Oh, I got you.
because I'm not English, so it's a little bit or American or whatever. So my first language is Dutch, so it's sometimes difficult to get to the right words.
Yep. Suzanne, I think she's leaving. So if you're leaving, Suzanne, you have a good one.
No,
Great
she's not
interacting with you.
leaving. I just
Yeah.
put a message in there. I thanked everyone and just thanking everyone.
Oh,
Bye.
okay.
Yeah, so
Bye, Suzanne. I mean, you're pretty quiet, James.
I was having a chat, and fire questions at me by all means. You've got something really interesting there that we were listening to, because the fact that you've met all these stars, and it's something that I don't know. Maybe I'm being a bit too hard on myself. Maybe I'm not as interesting as what the stories you're telling me. I've never met all these stars. I would love to. And I was going to ask you a question around, obviously, with David Bowie. He did that last song, Black Star.
Yeah.
I don't know if you when he did that song. Was there something behind that where he didn't want? He knew he was dying, but it was kind of like, I don't know, like his sign off.
He knew he was dying. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was kind of one of the last goodbyes.
Yeah.
Like a send off.
Yeah. And it is a record I can appreciate. It's one of his records I can't listen to. I mean, I don't know. It's too dark for me.
No, yeah, I know. But he was quite symbolic, like in that way. Even when you think about Ziggy Stardust, and I mean, he does. There was always a message, weren't there?
That was a great time. Mick Ronson on the guitar, and that was great. That was a great time. But Man Who Sold the World, Heroes, all that kind of songs. I mean, that was
Well, Space Oddity was a
Yeah.
great one for me, and
Yeah.
Ashes to Ashes was another
Yeah.
one as well.
Yep. That was a great. That was great music. It is great music and will ever be great music.
When you think about people like David Bowie and the artists like that going through the years, I know you look to thinking how that one, would that ever be replicated again? I don't think so.
No, that's unique,
Yeah,
and it was a unique period in time also, because
Yeah.
those eras are never going to come back. Like the 60s or the 70s or the 80s, it was a golden. There were golden ages for music.
yeah,
I mean, the 90s and 2000s. I mean, I can't stand the hip hop and the techno and all that kind of crap.
yeah. Well, this when the as you say when the 90s come along, the live bands certainly in venues started to die off, and it was
Yeah.
purely it's more discotheque, weren't it? So
Yeah.
I mean, it used to be two records, two turntables. Now they don't even do that now. Now it's a USB stick.
Yeah, it's crazy. Well, I still got all my equipment, so I got my amplifiers, I got my reel-to-reels, I got my cassettes, I got my everything. I got an old sound system, great old sound system. I'm never gonna get rid of it. And I got my records, I got my CDs, I got my cassettes, I got everything. I got my 78 RPMs.
Yeah.
And with all the Sinatras and stuff like that. Glenn Miller, and Louis Armstrong.
Oh wow. Okay.
So I got a pretty good collection of records. But that's easy when you work at a record company, because every time a record comes out, you get one.
Right.
So at one point I had 20,000 records.
Wow.
So I sold them. At a certain point, it's getting crazy. I kept the best ones,
Yeah.
and I sold the rest. And I bought a car from that money. So
Okay.
Wow. So then, obviously, them records, you sort of felt that you had to sell them because you had too many of them and you
Yeah.
couldn't store them. So my point is now, if that had not been the case and you decided you have sold them, say today in this time period, would you have fetched a hell of a lot more money?
no, not much more.
Right.
Then at the point that I sold them, I sold them at a point that was getting, the storage was getting out of hand. I had to rent a place to store them, so that was crazy.
Yeah.
So
We've got Mickey Griggs is in the house. So hello, Mickey. I want to bring up this comment because this is a good one from Dave T. Because it sounds as if he did something similar in the past like you did, Crewmel. He said, I set up lots and lots of great performers when I was younger before getting into the Labourers Union. It was great and he had lots of fun. So
yeah,
that's sort of something that you could sort of understand with.
yeah, it can be fun. It can be horrible too.
Yeah.
I mean, you when you have to accompany them and that's what I did.
Yeah.
They came over here and for 3 or 4 days, and then you had to be there 3 or 4 days for them completely. So you had to do everything with them, or do everything with them, and do everything what they wanted to do.
Yeah.
So you were kind of a slave.
Right.
And that was sometimes with certain people that was great, and with other people that was effing horrible.
Right.
And yeah, when you have bands, you have 4 or 5 people with 4 or 5 different personalities. It's getting pretty difficult to
Yeah.
To deal with it. It's like a double-edged sword, right, Akumo? You get the good with the bad.
yeah.
Yeah.
Like an U2 or something like that. It's a crazy band. There are 4 so different personalities, that you don't know what to do anymore at a certain point, because
What, like you too?
yeah, because one asks this and the other one asks that, the other one is like this, the other one is like, you got the political side of Bono, and
Yeah.
and then you got the very easygoing side of Larry Mullen, the drummer,
Yeah.
which is a really nice guy. And then you had in that period you had the bassist, what's his name? I don't remember his name right now, but he was into the Jet Set. He was with Naomi Campbell at that moment. So you have such a strange mix of demands and people at one place at one
Yeah.
time, that you get lost, and you have to do anything they say, and you have to do anything they want to do, and that can be that is very
Curious.
Yeah.
Like a mixed bag. You don't know what you're getting, and then like that would be kind of crazy, right?
yeah, it's very tiring, and you have to do everything they do, because otherwise they don't trust you.
Right.
Yeah.
It's getting, if you want it or not, you have to do it. So,
Hello, Mr. Nutter. Thank you for joining us. Sorry,
So-
I just wanted to shout out hello to
No.
this man.
no problem.
Okay.
Also, as well, Dave's come in with a good comment as well. See, he worked with he worked
Stagehand.
with- yeah, that's right. Can you see the comment?
Yeah.
All right, okay, cool.
We're going to show afterwards and watching the shows. Aerosmith, U2, Eric Clapton, on. Yeah, Eric Clapton. I met Eric Clapton 14 times. So,
Oh wow. Yeah, I
Wow.
heard Eric Clapton's a real nice guy, right?
well, yeah, yes and no. He's got
Okay.
everybody's got his particular thing. So but he's a pretty easygoing guy. Yes.
Okay.
It depended on the time. In the 80s, he was completely doped out,
Yeah, right.
and you had to use yourself too, because otherwise they wouldn't trust you.
Right.
So, like, well, I'm gonna take a sniff. If you're not gonna take a sniff, I don't trust you.
Okay.
Yeah,
So oh yeah, Adam Clayton. Thank you, Joe.
yeah,
He was with Naomi Campbell at that time, and he was in the real Jet Set business, and I didn't like that at all. And the craziest person I ever met was Frank Sinatra.
Oh wow.
And it was, and I didn't work in the record business at that time. I worked in the restaurant at that time, and then he came to dinner in that restaurant, and He was the most arrogant man that I ever met.
Well, Adam,
No, Frank Sinatra.
oh, Frank Sinatra.
Yeah.
How old? What was his age when you seen him? Like, what was it? Was he older or was he like?
No,
You know what I mean?
he was older because I'm 66 now, so
Okay.
I don't know exactly what his age was at that time, but I was 18 at that time. So
Oh, okay. Right.
when I had him in the restaurant, but the only thing I had to do, only thing I had to do was stand by the door of the restaurant with a glass of whiskey in my hand, and hand it to him, and he didn't even acknowledge me.
Oh, wow.
And I had something like that from him. Well, okay, fuck you, man.
Yeah, that's not good. That's not good.
No,
Excuse me, gentlemen. I got to step away for a minute. I'll be back in a few. Okay.
yeah,
Okay, yeah.
okay,
So
Thank you, people. I'll be back in a little bit.
yeah,
it doesn't matter who you talk to in life. You've got to treat people how the way
Yeah.
you want to be treated. You can't do that to people.
yeah. But he had so much star quality, so much star. I don't know what you call it exactly how you.
Starstruck, well, well, yeah. I mean,
Yeah. That he
Yeah.
came at restaurant with big limousines
yeah,
on a road that you couldn't drive on with limousines. Actually, you couldn't turn there.
yeah,
So it was amazing that during dinner time I was looking outside through the window, and I thought I was going nuts because I saw a car hanging in the air,
yeah,
and it was, well, what the hell is this? I mean, am I drunk? Am I whatever? What the hell is happening here? I see a car hanging in the air, and they had cranes coming to
yeah.
turn the cars around so they could get back on that little street. So, I mean, it was crazy. It's absolutely the demands they have and the things they do for those guys is it's absolutely absurd.
Yeah.
Liza
Yeah.
Minnelli was there too,
Right. Okay. How was she?
and it was only champagne, and there had to be champagne all the time. You couldn't have an empty bottle of champagne. So there were about in one night there were about 80 bottles of champagne.
Jeez.
I mean that's absurd.
I mean, I don't. So, Cromwell, I don't. Am I right? Correct in saying I don't think you drink, do you? You don't drink.
No, I don't drink.
That's
No.
right. Did you? So, what did you used to? Or the
Yeah,
reason
I used to drink, but I'm not drinking. I'm not
Yes.
not excessively, but I used to drink.
Yeah. So, what reason we're getting at? So, you understand drinking champagne and drinking that amount of it. Obviously, when I drink champagne, it's not the nicest taste in the world. You know, it was kind of like you have a couple of glasses just to get you giddy. But if
Yeah.
you, I mean, you'd be waking at the headache you would have after drinking that amount.
I'd rather have a good whiskey than a glass of champagne.
Yeah, yeah. No, absolutely. It's just, yeah. Oof. But yeah, again, are they drinking it because they like the taste? It's an image thing, isn't it?
It's an image thing, yes. Yeah,
100%.
yeah. It's really just image showing off.
Yeah, it's a shame as I say that Sinatra was like that because obviously, look, a lot of people like his music, but sometimes that's not always the way. And I know to a few people he'd be a hero, wouldn't he? And as they say, you know, never meet your heroes because you'd only ever be disappointed.
Yeah. No, I had the luck with Bowie. I wasn't disappointed, but
Yeah,
it wasn't something I didn't want to meet. I wasn't somebody I didn't want to meet.
yeah, because you were sort of in awe a little bit. You didn't know,
Yeah.
but he ended up proving to be the best one to meet.
Yeah, yeah. It was crazy. It was absolutely absurd.
Yeah.
But just crazy.
So you Obviously, so you had U2, Liza Minnelli. What about many rock bands at all? I know you mentioned U2 there, but have you,
The Red Hot Chili Peppers.
oh wow! So what was Flea like, the bassist?
He was a bit nutty. He was a bit crazy, but he was one of the nicest guys also.
Well, because I think about that. Who was that actor? Was it River Phoenix? Who was the one who died in that?
Yeah, in the Viper Club, yes.
That's right. And he was with Flea was with him that night, wasn't he?
I don't know for sure, but
Yeah.
I mean, there are all kind of tales about that. So
Yeah, I think it was just trying to give more of an idea, sort of, what type of character he was more than anything. I'm not saying he had anything to do with what happened with River Phoenix by no stretch, but
man, there's so many tales told that that you never know what's true.
yeah,
So I don't get into that kind of
the drama. That's the drama side, isn't it?
yeah.
Yeah, you just want the music.
TMZ, it's TMZ or whatever kind of drama.
Yeah,
Newspapers and press and stuff like that. I don't believe anything they say. So, or if it's about music or politics or whatever, I mean, I don't know.
it's kind of a bit of a funny one though when you say about politics, because some bands, not obviously not all, but selective bands, some of their songs are engineered off the back of politics, aren't they? Some of their songs.
Yeah.
Like I don't know if you know, like I just came into my head was the Manic Street Preachers. You know them?
Yeah, I know them, but I don't like the music, so I don't.
You wouldn't be in that position at that concert.
No.
Okay, yeah. So Red Hot Chili Peppers. Well, what about blues and soul? I mean, you obviously, I know you mentioned Lou Reed, but he's probably more jazz.
Blues, Eric Clapton and Buddy Guy and Muddy Waters and the old blues guys. When I was younger, there was I'm from The Hague originally,
Yeah,
and there was a music venue there that and it was a time that the old blues musicians were all were not played. Were not interesting for anybody anymore because there were all the old bands like Led Zeppelin and the Beatles and stuff like that.
yeah.
And the old blues musicians were completely forgotten.
Wow.
They played over there all for about 50, 60 people.
Yeah.
So I saw all those. I saw all those guys in that little venue.
Yeah. So,
excuse me, gentlemen. Sorry. I'm back.
Yeah,
sorry for interrupting. Kumel, go ahead. Sorry, buddy.
I was just about to say, right, I'll put this comment on the screen from Joe Delamora. Are you just about, have you met Led Zeppelin? Are you going to break his heart?
No, I didn't. I didn't meet Led Zeppelin because that was a little bit before my time.
Right.
They already broke up when I got into the music business. So no.
See,
No.
Joe,
I haven't had one bad word to say about Led Zeppelin. So I appreciate their music. I think they're fantastic.
Yeah.
And they got songs that are overrated. Sorry, Joe. And there are songs that are great, but yeah.
Yes.
But that's with every band.
Yeah. I mean, Lord Kissfreak said he spoke to David Lee Roth once. David Lee Roth?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a little bit crazy.
He's an ass. Indeed. He was absolutely like the guys from Kiss or somebody. So sorry that Lord Kiss freak, but the guys from Kiss are absolutely. Ugh.
Oh, Simmons, I heard he's really bad with people.
Yeah, Gene Simmons is
He
an
treats people bad. Yeah,
arrogant bastard. So
yeah.
and the Eagles and
The Eagles good? Are they good?
no,
Oh,
Don Henley is the drummer is a horrible guy.
Oh, I
Yeah.
heard big things about him too. You're right, Cromel. Big time. He had a lot of stuff going on with him in the 70s.
Yeah, I saw him. I saw the Eagles at the first Dutch open air festival in 1970 or something like that,
Oh, wow.
and that was still original Eagles, and it was a crazy thing to see because it was the first time that there was an open air festival, live music festival in the Netherlands. And it
Oh,
was
okay.
pretty close to my home, so I went, and it was a mess. It was a complete mess.
well, did you remember Bruce Kulick from Kiss?
No,
Right.
I don't even know who that is. Who's that?
I know Ace Frehley, and I know Gene Simmons, and
Yeah, the common, like the regular names. I remember, but this guy, I think he was, if I'm not mistaken, he was like a drummer, and then they fired him or something, or maybe it was the guitarist. I think it was the guitarist, and they fired him right off the bat, and they got big.
that was Ace Frehley.
Oh,
Ace Frehley was the guitarist.
right.
So Dave T, when he was a stagehand, he says there that he set up for
Yeah.
Buddy Guy, BB King, and Bob Seger, Stevie Nicks, and Van Halen. He said
Wow.
they were all arrogant and treated the stagehands like shite backstage.
Oh, wow.
BB King.
Yeah,
BB King was a nice guy.
Yeah, that's what I heard too. BB King was always nice to people.
At least when I met him, he was a nice guy. But I wasn't a stagehand. I was working for the record company, so I was accompanying them on the days they were here, and taking trips with them, doing stuff with them, having dinner, whatever. But not building stages or stuff like that. So that's maybe a different experience. You have a different connection with those guys,
yeah.
but I don't know.
Oh, Suzanne says the Scorpions band
Yeah.
sounds really great. Oh, I love the Scorpions when I was growing up. Great band.
The German band. That's a German band.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
so Dave had a good setup. Set up the Eagles at Harton Little River Band in upstate New York in the 80s. Great show.
Oh, wow.
Could be. And I only saw musicians in the States in California
Yeah,
when I was there. I made a trip to through America for a year with a camper in 1980. I started out in New York and went to Toronto and went from Toronto to Canada to Vancouver, and from Vancouver to San Diego by camper.
yeah.
Oh.
And I stayed in Marin County, north of San Francisco, for 2 months. And that's a place where a lot of those musicians live. So that was a strange time. It was weird.
No.
It was weird.
Well, I got to ask you a question.
Yeah.
You heard like recently, like over the last 5 or 10 years, like the Eagles and a lot of bands were like having music programmed in the computer, so they're not really singing and doing the
Yeah.
music. You heard
Yeah.
about that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, Eagles,
Yeah.
$500-600 a piece. Some crazy
Yeah.
money.
And that's not from the last years. That's been done such a long time that it's. We had an electric light orchestra Jan Ackerman. Okay, yeah, yeah. He's a great guitarist. He was one of the. He was chosen by Rolling Stone magazine one year as the best guitarist of the world. So,
Oh wow.
and he's still alive. He is still playing. He is still doing his thing. He's a Dutch guitar player.
Right.
He's great. He's one of the greatest. Also, he's always forgotten in the list of guitar players, but he's great. Just like George Kooijmans from the Golden Earring. I mean, I don't know if you remember the Golden Earring,
Oh yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
Radar Love, and
I mean, I didn't know the names, but Golden Earring. Yeah, I seen music videos on MTV and stuff, and I heard them on the radio, big time. Right? Yeah, for sure.
They were big in '75 in America.
Right.
They had their opening act at that time was Aerosmith. So that says enough.
Wow. Okay.
Aerosmith was just starting, and the Golden Earring was the main act.
Already established. Right.
In the Winterland in San Francisco. So that was and one of the guys in the band is my cousin. So
Oh wow. Okay.
that's how I got in the music business, because of the connections.
Right. Hey, so Krumel, what do you think about UFO?
UFO?
Yeah, the band.
No, I don't care for them.
Oh, okay. I mean, I was gonna say like Robin Trower. That guy was an awesome guitar player.
Yeah, I mean, Trower was great, but the band was, I mean, the music. I couldn't I really couldn't get into that.
Oh, okay.
Just like ELO, Electric Light Orchestra. I mean, Jeff Linney is a great guitar player and a great musician, but as a man, I don't like him.
Oh yeah. See, yeah, you see two sides of the coin.
Yeah,
you were in the industry and stuff, right?
And he was the first. That was the first concert I had from ELO. That when everything was done playback. So I lost a lot of respect for that guy.
Oh, okay.
I mean, if you got I can respect people who are real and do a real thing, but I can't respect people who do shit like that.
Yeah, fake people. I'm the same way, Krumel.
Yeah.
Well, Krumel, did you have anything? Did you come across Slash from Guns N' Roses or Eddie Van Halen at all?
No, I had Eddie Van Halen. He was a horrible person.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Slash, I didn't meet. No, it was after my time.
Gotcha.
No.
And, Sammy Hagar?
No, he was horrible. Yeah, I'm not into that kind of music.
Right. And yeah, so what about Dire Straits? They seem.
Yeah, it was a strange band because everybody in the band hated each other. So it was only a connection on stage for 2 hours, and after that it was done. They couldn't stand each other.
Oh yeah, that's why it lasts long.
They all hated each other. So that was pretty weird to see five guys coming into a stadium or to the stage, and not saying anything to each other, and then you see them on stage, and then they connect with each other in a way, and then when they walk off stage, they all go in a different direction and don't say a word to each other anymore. That is weird.
Yeah, that's so they just can. Once the music starts going, they connect, and then once it stops, they just literally disband, like, you know.
Yeah.
Well, that's why I think they didn't last long. They didn't last long for sure.
Well, it does some great songs. I mean,
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I listened to that as a kid. That's what my dad would play all the time. Dire Straits.
Yeah, that's all. It's all Mark Knopfler.
Yeah.
It's all
Oh,
music by Mark Knopfler. Probably that's the reason why they didn't get along, because there was a lot of jealousy in the
Yeah.
band.
So, did you ever come with the Rolling Stones?
Yeah,
How were they? Because obviously they've got quite a few characters in there. Ronnie Wood, Keith Richards,
yeah.
obviously Mick Jagger.
Mick,
Were they?
Mick Taylor. I saw them at the time that Mick Taylor was still in the band.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
And what's the name? The bass player.
Lyman.
Bill Wyman. Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. Right.
I was in 73, 74. I saw them in The Hague, in the stadium, in the football stadium of ADO Den Haag, and there were 2 concerts, and they were great concerts. But I mean, I got sick of the Stones at a certain point, because and I'm never going to go to the Stones again, because they always play the same songs.
Right. They got
And
so
they-
many as well.
Yeah, and they have to play the most famous songs. So the set list is almost always the same, and the only thing that changes is the stage, and is the show. And I couldn't stand Mick Jagger, phony kind of guy, with his Tyrannosaurus Rex movements and stuff like that. It's crazy dancing and I don't know.
It was fake. He was a bit of a prick, because remember.
He
Do you remember?
he is a prick. Not a bit of a prick. He is a prick.
Do you remember when? Because remember that was it that sham marriage? He married that girl, didn't he? And then they split up on the same day. Is that right? That seemed like a bit of a PR stunt, if I'll be honest with you.
Could be. I don't remember anything about that.
James, we talked about that before. Remember? Yeah, it was only like a week or something, not even a week, and they annulled it or something real quick.
Well,
And
it could be.
It brought out all of the attention, which that they do some of these things for PR stunts, don't they? So
Yeah, I mean, they act on impulse or on PR or whatever, and they either do too stoned or too high or whatever, and they married, and they get married, and then after a week, I made a mistake, so goodbye.
Yeah.
I mean, they can do anything they want to. They got so much money, and they got so much fame, that they can do anything they want to.
yeah.
So
I got a question, Carmel. Like the Stones back in the day, how long were their concerts?
2 hours.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay. I was wondering about that.
About 2 hours.
That
All
seems
right.
it seems a bit short, really, compared to a lot of the big bands today. Innit?
Right.
Yeah,
They had support acts, didn't they, as well? But
yeah. They're not like Bruce Springsteen, who does 3.5 hour concerts. I mean, that's pretty tiring.
Oh yeah, being on stage 3.5 hours, that's a lot, man. Ooh.
3.5 hour. 3.5
That's a
hour
lot.
concerts. I mean, that's crazy.
Yeah, because the heat and that would be a tough thing for sure.
Paulie
Yeah.
Donuts, welcome, sir.
Hey, Paul and Kaiser, how you doing?
Yeah. Hi, Paulie.
Krumel, did you ever meet anyone in the Who?
Roger.
Oh, okay.
Roger Daltrey, is it the Who?
Yeah, Roger
Yeah.
Daltrey, right?
Yeah, I met Daltrey because there was a connection between the Golden Earring. The Golden Earring was doing the opening act for the Who at one tour,
Okay.
and then Keith Moon died,
Right.
and they wanted to have the drummer of the Golden Earring to replace him. So
Okay.
that's when I met him, but that's so long ago that I don't even remember it anymore.
Right. I heard Roger Daltrey was a good guy. I mean, Pete was a kind of an asshole. I heard that.
Pete
And
Townsend,
Keith was Keith.
yeah,
You know, and then what's it called? Entwistle, he was always quiet. But hey, question, Krumel, you think he's the best bassist of all time?
Pete Townsend.
Oh no. John Entwistle. You think
No.
he's the best bassist
No.
of all time?
No,
Oh, okay.
no, I think. Oh man, what's his name from Led Zeppelin? It's one of the best. Was one of the
Yeah,
best
what's his
bassists of all
name?
time because
his-
he's an all-round musician. He's
Oh,
really
okay.
an all-round musician. He did so many things for Led Zeppelin. That was he's amazing.
Well, wasn't it John Paul Jones? Wasn't that's
Yeah,
the guy?
yeah.
That's what I was
the-
thinking. I'm getting the names mixed up, but yeah, John Paul Jones. Okay, because you really
Yeah.
never hear about him, right?
No, he's
Low key.
he's very low key, and he was kicked, not really kicked out of the band, but he's not when Led Zeppelin did things after after Keith Moon's death, they stopped playing, and sometimes Robert Plant and Jimmy Page got together,
Yeah.
and they never called John Paul Jones to do anything with them anymore, and that was sad.
Yeah, I think that's some egos that they can replace him, and in reality, it was a bad move.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. The only time they were together again was at the reunion concert, the Led Zeppelin reunion concert,
Right.
and at when they were introduced in Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, and John Paul Jones said the famous words to Jimmy Page and to Robert Plant. I'm glad that you remembered my telephone number. So that's saying enough.
Yeah, because
Yeah, so he played keyboard too. He played a lot of instruments.
John Bonham, when he died, they stopped in 1980.
Yeah, they did the reunion concert with Jason Bonham with his son,
Yeah.
which was great. But Jason is a good guy. He's a good drummer. But I mean, yeah, you can't replace John Bonham. I mean, that was so crazy. John Bonham was so weird, so crazy that just like Keith Moon was so absurd that he at a certain point they were at the concert and Keith Moon just fell down.
Yeah, I seen that he fell out, and they said anyone in the
Yeah.
audience.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah,
Yeah.
I seen that. Yeah, right.
Yeah, and he had drank. He took an elephant tranquilizer or something like that. So
Yeah, Quaaludes and a lot of liquor or something. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what the story I heard.
they were absurd. People were absurd.
Yeah, too much is a bad
they-
thing.
They did things that were, yeah, but that was the time. Sign of the times.
Yeah.
It's all like LSD and all the
Yeah.
other psychedelic drugs. Speaking of that, because I know obviously, Crimo, so the 70s was that Was that the main era for you when you were doing?
Yeah, no. No, it was the 80s.
Of the 80s.
Yeah.
So okay, so the reason we're touching on that, and it was thinking in my mind, what about Pink Floyd? Did you ever have seen
Yep.
them? Yeah.
Yep. I
What
saw
was
them.
they like? And did you ever did you ever is it Sid Barrett? Did you ever?
No, I didn't never needed. Sid Barrett was out of the band already.
Right. Okay.
It was Roger Waters, Nick Mason, Rick White, and David Gilmour, and I was the extra guitar player. Who they always had a second guitar player. I can't recall his name now.
Oh, hold on. William Wallace says Loon Ball Keith Moon, LOL. Yeah, he was Moon the Loon. Well, William, did you know that the Muppets? I think that crazy drummer in the Muppets, they named him after Keith Moon, or not named him, but they represent the Muppet drummer
Yeah.
was
Yeah, you're right, Dave T.
Moon. Right.
It's
Yeah, I forgot the Muppet's name. I think Gonzo something.
Yeah, replacing John Bonham was like replacing Steven Tyler from Aerosmith. It can't be done. Was he like the main cog in the band?
Yeah. I mean,
Well, you hit a sound for sure.
I never liked bands when they. I stopped. I always stopped liking bands when they fell apart and replaced somebody, a singer or a guitar player or whoever, and I just stopped liking them.
It wasn't like the same vibe, right, Cremo?
No, it was never the same.
Yep.
So and then I stopped buying records. I stopped listening to the new records. I never. Just like
wasn't it?
a band like Supertramp or something like that, or
I'm trying to think what sort of band. There was plenty of like good bands in the 80s, but when it gets to that point, they sort of go off in their own sort of little genres, like I suppose heavy metal and the New Romantics and
the hair metal and all that, right? Because you got to remember Motley Crue, and they got Poison. And see, that's like different music to me,
yeah,
right? But they consider it heavy metal, but then they did it the hair metal, and it's kind of morphed in all kinds of crazy stuff.
I never was into the metal business, and I never wanted to accompany those guys.
Ramon, what do you think about Dio?
It doesn't ring a bell.
Ronnie James Dio?
Oh yeah.
I seen him twice, and it was awesome. Probably my best concert I've ever seen. And in the 80s.
Yeah.
And he did a great show. That's Dio. I mean, he was a great guy, and he was always about the fans. You know what I mean? And he always meticulously made sure that show was worth it.
Yeah.
And he could sing his ass off. I'll tell you that. He had a great voice.
I was never into that kind of music, so.
I see.
I was into all kinds of music, strange kind of music. Frank Zappa was one of my favorites.
Oh, okay.
And Pink Floyd is one of my favorites. Eric Clapton is one of my favorites.
Yeah.
Red Hot Chili Peppers is one of my favorites. and most of the old blues guys. I'm a blues man.
Oh, okay, you're right.
Hubert Sumlin, Stevie Ray Vaughan. That's a newer blues guy, but Hubert Sumlin, Buddy Guy.
Right.
That era of musicians, that is great.
Oh, for
Mm.
sure.
Joe Walsh.
Oh, yeah, he great guitar player for sure.
Yeah.
He was just a little bit crazy.
He was well, he was a little bit crazy. He was absolutely nuts.
Oh no, yeah, right. Of course.
He blew up hotels. He went into a hotel at one point with a chainsaw.
Oh yeah, right. I heard a lot of stories.
Because he wanted to have a double a suite in a hotel, and if he didn't get, it told him he couldn't get one. So he thought, well, what am I going to do? I'm going to take a chainsaw with me when I check in, and I say when they don't want to give me a suite, I'm going to make one. I'm going to saw the wall out. No problem.
Right. I seen interviews with Joe Walsh like in the 70s, and he said when I met Keith Moon, it was on. I mean, those two clowns. I mean, that would have been a bad deal.
they went out for 4 nights in a row, but we had those musicians in Holland too. We had some crazy people here too, like a guy called Herman Brood. He lived with me in my house for a year, and I mean that guy was a junkie. He was on coke all the time, speed all the time, and everything. But he was absolutely nuts. He did things that were so crazy that, yeah.
Hello, Maureen. Thank you for coming.
Hello, Maureen. Krumel, let's see. Joe Delamore is asking, what about Yes, Krumel? Did you ever hear Yes?
Yes, absolutely.
That was my first band I ever seen in a rock concert when I was like 14 years old.
No, the first one I saw was Rory Gallagher.
Oh, okay. I heard the name, but I don't, you know what I mean? That's a little older for me. But I heard the name before, right?
An Irish musician.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm half Irish, but I heard the name before. That's what I kind of heard that before.
Rory Gallagher was so great. Was such a great guy. And we had a concert in Rotterdam, and he came on at midnight because it was a festival, and he played the whole night just to make sure that people didn't get stranded without public transport.
Yeah.
He said, I'm gonna play on until the public transport is gonna start, and then I'm gonna stop. So he played from half past 12 at night to about 6 in the morning.
Wow. So that was a long old one.
That was crazy. And some songs he played 3 or 4 times because he didn't have all the material not enough material to play all original stuff.
Right.
You got 3 or 4 songs, sometimes 3 or 4 times, but it didn't matter. It was absolutely amazing. It was It was amazing.
I just Kid Rock's just there. I'm just gonna he just dropped off, so I'm just gonna get him back on. Here we go.
I see that.
Yeah, there he goes. So yeah, I don't know what happened there. I was about to say Joe's got been asking quite a few questions. He's got Rory Gallagher Blueprint, but that was a great album.
Yeah,
So,
yeah. Live in Dublin is a great one.
yeah. So, Dave asked couple of bits earlier on as well regarding Rio. Oh, here we go.
Rio Speedwagon.
Ronnie James Dio.
Oh, yeah. He could. I don't know much about Ronnie James Dio
Right.
because I wasn't into this music. So and when I'm not into somebody, I don't.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Okay. Yeah. Well, as I say, the one for me is like so Pink Floyd. It would
Yeah.
have been the one I love them.
Yeah, me too. But
Yeah.
it was that was one of the bands that went on being good without the original
Yeah.
members. When Roger Waters left, they stayed the course, and
Yeah.
they stayed good.
Yeah.
But it's one of the only bands I think that had that. The other ones, I don't know. I don't care about that. When Gary Moore,
Yeah.
that was a great musician, one of the great guitar players in the world,
Yeah. Absolutely.
and yeah, I'm a guitar man. My sons play guitar. Both my sons play guitar, so I'm really into guitar music. But Brian May,
Brian May. Yeah. Brian May.
great guitar player. Steve Vai, great guitar player.
What's your opinion on? I know you might not like their music, but Kirk Hammett out of Metallica.
No,
He's meant to be renowned for being a good
Kirk Hammett.
guitarist.
Kirk Hammett. No, I mean
Obviously,
compared-
Slash was good.
who?
Slash out of Guns N' Roses.
Yeah, he is good, but he's not a master. He's not a
So-
master guitar player. I mean, he's not one of the best in the world. I mean,
So you got Brian May. Who else would you have up with Brian?
woo.
Like guitarist.
I'm thinking of the Rock Guitar Legends Festival in Sevilla I went to in Spain.
Yeah.
That was Steve Vai, Joe Walsh, Jesus, few, yeah.
Wow. So Joe says he took his cousin to see Pink Floyd.
David Gilmour is one of the greatest.
Yeah.
But they're all different in a way, so that it's always hard to say. Well, what do you think it's the best guitar player?
Yeah. How do you measure that? That's the thing.
Yeah, I mean they're all different in their own way, so they've got their own style. I mean the best one for me of all time at this moment is Stevie Ray Vaughan. He was a sort of conductor of not a conductor. It was like he had a connection with some force upstairs.
Right. Okay. Yeah. So you get an orchestrator type.
And that was he played like a god. Stevie Ray Vaughan played like a god.
Yeah.
And that is one of my greatest. But I mean, Eric Clapton is one I admire greatly.
Yeah, I mean, Eric was fantastic guitar player. He's done some great songs. It's funny
Yeah.
enough, we were listening to I think it was on MREs. He was playing "Wonderful Tonight," which is obviously one of his classics. But then he did the one where he did the song about the tragedy that happened to his son, "Tears in Heaven."
Yeah. That's one. I think that's one of his best albums, Pilgrim.
Yeah,
It's one of the albums that is the most out of the order for him, out of his style. But it's one of the. I think that's one of his best albums, Pilgrim.
yeah.
And yeah,
There's some real good stuff.
yeah.
I know he's not up there obviously in the same context by no stretch. But what do you think of Chris Rea,
Well,
musician?
yeah, a bit too sweet, a bit too.
So yeah, it's a little bit too more poppy than
Yeah.
And I know obviously he another one who died quite early was the Doors fella. Was it?
Yeah, that's one of my favorite bands. Also,
Yeah,
The Doors.
they've done some great stuff. But yeah, again, another one as well that probably would have loved to meet was Janis Joplin.
Yeah, we always forget about the women.
Yeah,
Sheryl Crow, Janis Joplin, Orianti.
right. Yeah,
Ooh, wow. My brain is getting an overload at the moment.
I suppose when it's nice to when you're talking about it now, you're sort of going through it now, going through the memory bank.
Yeah. Jeff Beck, absolutely.
Yeah,
He was a master at the guitar. He's probably one of the best.
Jeff Beck. Yeah, Jim Morrison. That's right. It was the Doors. Jim
Yeah.
Morrison. Yeah. Dave T. Susan Tedeschi.
Susan Tedeschi. Yeah.
Tedeschi. Sorry, it's one.
With Derek Trucks. Yeah, Allman Brothers Band. I mean, there are so many great musicians and bands.
Yeah.
That it's almost impossible to name. I mean, they got Bonnie Raitt, indeed.
Yeah.
Great girl, great woman, great musician, great guitar player, slide guitar.
Joe's firing them out now. Joni Mitchell.
Yeah, when she was younger, not anymore. She did. I saw something she did lately, and I mean that is absolutely absurd that old broad is still getting attention. She Carole King, yeah, absolutely, yeah. Now they're gonna Madonna. No, not Madonna. No, not Madonna. For me, no Madonna.
So yeah, Dave T. Derek with the Allman Brothers was great too, and you're absolutely right, Crewmel. I love Bonnie Raitt.
Yeah, Derek was playing it with 12 years old, 13 years old. He was playing with the Allman Brothers.
Yeah,
that's amazing. I mean, Kid Johnny Lang.
Yeah,
an American guy. He was 12 or whatever.
Yeah.
When he made his first album. We brought out his first album with the Duane album. Yeah. Oh, Joe, you're gonna go. What do you got there? The encyclopedia or whatever?
I Joe, me and Joe have been on the panel before together where we were at Teen News. And this, as I say, this would have been an ideal one for him because he's been to many concerts. I know because we've had the conversation before.
Okay.
In Teen News, so he's definitely he knows his music and he's been about on the music front.
Yeah, I know about Butch, Dave. Butch Trucks.
Ah, yeah, but Uncle Butch.
Yeah, that was the drummer. Yeah. Yeah, that was Duane Allman, Greg Allman,
Yeah,
Steve Winwood, one of my favorites
yeah,
because he can play anything.
yeah. So, yeah.
Whoa. You can go on and 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 on. Ringo, one of the best drummers in the world.
Yeah, Ringo Starr.
Yeah. Everybody underestimates Ringo. He can do great. He plays the drums like it looks so simple, but it's amazing what he does.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no,
Steve Winwood.
yeah. Still Winwood. Absolutely. Yes, that's some good stuff there. He's not like Ringo. LOL.
Rick Gretsch.
Yeah,
Bass player Rick Gretsch from Traffic.
yeah,
Yeah. I mean, it's hard to get all your musicians out because
yeah,
I mean Ray Manzarek of the Doors, Robbie Krieger of the Doors.
yeah,
I mean Charlie Watts, yep. Maureen, absolutely.
yeah. Charlie Watts.
He was the basis of the Stones. The basis of the Stones.
Excuse me. Hey, sorry, gentlemen. I tried to make a comment like when I was like talking with you guys, and it's booted me out. And then after that, I had to talk to my mom and everything. So I apologize for that.
No,
I'm
it's
back.
all right.
Yeah.
Ginger Baker. I saw him the last time in 1995 in the reunion concert in Royal Albert Hall in Cream in London.
Oh, Palmer.
Palmer.
Yeah,
What?
Joe mentioned Cole Palmer.
Cole Palmer. Oh yeah. Yeah, Emerson, Lake, and Palmer.
Ah, yeah. So he Joe really knows his stuff.
Yeah. He really knows his stuff. My God, he's ooh. No, Ginger Baker was a strange guy. But Cream together when I saw them, but I was too young to see Cream.
Yeah,
When they were first together, they already split when I was at an age to see them. But I saw the reunion concert in 1995 in London, the Cream reunion.
right.
In
Cream.
Royal, yeah, in Royal Albert Hall. And that was an amazing experience because it's one of Clapton is in that band. Jack Bruce, which is a great one of the great bass players in the world.
Hollywood 210, my man. Good to see you, sir.
I mean, there are so many good ones. You can keep on. You can keep on.
Go. So,
Yeah.
you had a real interesting. That was a real interesting period of your life, anyway.
Yeah, it was interesting and it was absolutely crazy. It
Huh.
was It was so tiring that I did it for 3 years, and I was at home one evening in 3 years.
Oh, so that, yeah, big time burnout, right, Cromel?
Yeah,
Yeah, that would be like juggling, like, doing a lot of things. That could be hectic. 3 years, that's like 1,000 days, or
yeah,
over 1,000
yeah,
days. That's a lot.
yeah. But it had one advantage. I didn't have any costs. I didn't have any living costs. I lived in hotels. I ate in restaurants. I drank for free. I ate for free. I lived for free, and had my salary.
Okay.
So it was a good time to. At that time, I collected Harley Davidsons, and I got up to 13 Harley Davidsons. So
Oh, wow.
I just auctioned off 10 of them because
Oh, yeah.
I'm not able to drive anymore or ride them anymore. So
Okay.
I auctioned off 10 of them. I kept 3, a chopper and an ultra glide and what is it? What is the third one?
The Sawtail?
No, yeah, it's a Softail, but it's wait a minute. A Bobtail.
Yeah, I don't know a lot about Harleys, but I mean, I know a little bit. But right, that's what I figured. So I got a
Thank you.
question, Carmel. Did you restored them and stuff, right?
Yeah,
Oh, wow. Okay, that would be for sure.
I had a one with a sidecar.
Okay.
I had a Liberator. I had 2 police bikes, American police bikes.
Okay.
I had some a 3-wheel trike, but another trike, personal trike, police trike. You know, the one of the meter maids trikes,
Oh, yeah, I see what you're saying. Right, right, right.
and
Okay.
and I had 2 ultra glides, 2 super glides, and I had a BSA Gold Star. That was my only English one.
Question, Carmel. Like in World War II, did the U.S. and England, did they use like when they used the bikes? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Were they Harleys or
They were
what?
they were mostly Harleys. They were mostly Liberators. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's what I thought. I mean, I know England, they had Harleys, but then they had another bike too. I forgot the name of it. What they used in World War II.
Mm,
Um,
mm.
it just kind of draws a blank with me. But I mean, I remember I heard about it, but yeah.
I don't recall. I mean, I did BSA, Norton,
Yeah, I just
Triumph.
yeah, I don't. Yeah, I hear you. I read about it and I seen it, but I don't know the name. It's like draws a blank right now. But it was a big name bike at the time.
It was they were mostly Liberators. That's why they're called Liberators.
Oh, okay. I might have been wrong then. Okay.
Fat Bob and the Street Glide. Yeah. Yeah, that's the one. That's the one. And that's the other one I got. The Fat Bob. I still have. I got a chopper, Super Glide chopper, that I built myself, and I got an Ultra Glide that I restored, and and the Fat Bob that is still in a crate because I imported that one in pieces because that was cheaper.
Right.
If you bought a Harley over here, they were extremely expensive. And if you bought a Harley straight from America, they were also expensive. But there was a period that you almost didn't pay any taxes when you bought them in parts. So I have a few crates standing there with a motorcycle in it. I still have to put together.
Oh yeah, the two boxes, like the front. Yeah, yeah. I seen things on shows and stuff, and then someone got shipped a brand new bike, and it was like in two boxes, right?
No, it's in more crates. I
Oh,
mean, the
yes,
engine is in,
I seen it.
the engine is in. You bought the engine, you bought the frame, you bought the wheels, you bought the uh, front fork, you bought everything in parts. So the parts are cheaper than buying a whole motorcycle,
Oh, okay.
and they couldn't tax you on it over here. So
Right.
that was pretty good. I still have put them. I'm probably not going to put them together. I'm probably going to sell that one too, because I'm not able to put them together anymore because of my health. But
Right.
that's why I sold. I sold the other ones because I'm not able to ride anymore. So
Yeah. Let someone else enjoy them.
yeah, and it doesn't cost me any insurance anymore, road tax anymore, storage. I mean, if you got 13 bikes, you
Oh wow. Yeah, that's a lot of room,
you have to have a lot of room to store them.
and your tools and stuff too. Right.
Yeah, so
That's a lot.
I just sold I just auctioned them off not too long ago, 3 months ago, and because they were special models, you got a lot of money for them. So I was amazed how much money I got.
Right.
So it's, the one with the sidecar I had
Wow.
went for 60,000 euros.
Oh, okay.
So that is. I was amazed at the price they bid. They kept on bidding and they kept on bidding. They kept on bidding. What the hell was happening here? It's one bike with a sidecar, and we're going up to 60,000. Wow. I mean, okay. I thought the Liberator was going to go for the most money because it was or the one the meter made one, because they're very seldom. There are not much left of them. But
Right.
the sidecar brought the most amount of money.
Well, see, they paid you because you restored it, and when you restore it properly, the money will come. Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I made it. I did restore them in a way that I wanted to have them. So I customized them too, and that was because one of the Autoglides that I still have. I restored them, and I restored them in the old-fashioned way, that I had the foot clutch
Okay.
and shifter on the tank.
Oh yeah, right. The shifter and the tank. Yeah, I've seen those before. Right. Right. Right.
So
Oh, okay.
that is,
Hold on, gentlemen. Krumel and James, I gotta figure out when I'm gonna eat dinner with my wife. Krumel, it was great finally talking with you, and I'm sorry
great.
about that other thing. It's a very humbling experience. It never
Yeah.
be again. So I apologize. Deepest apologize to you, sir.
No, you don't have
Um,
to apologize. It was just an amazing piece of news.
okay. Well,
I never thought I would be mentioned again. So
okay. Like I said, I'm sorry. It never be happen again. I always enjoy interacting with you in the chat. And first time talking with you, you are a very knowledgeable person. Um,
uh,
so It was very great talking with you. And James,
Yeah.
same here. Great talking with you. And the chat, y'all great. Y'all be safe. Kunal, I hope you feel better. Get
Thank you.
well. And I'll
Thank
see you guys in the flip. Okay. Y'all have a safe weekend. Okay.
Absolutely, Rob. Thank you for coming up.
Thank
Always
you
a
for having
pleasure,
me
my
on.
friend.
Well, it was a pleasure talking with you, sir.
Yeah,
You have
Yeah.
I was going to say as well, Crewmel, big thank you to you. You've been the star of today's show. You
No.
got in really, really interesting. I
Oh
was
my
like, that
God.
was just everyone's buzzing, and it's as by us, all talking and communicating, we can learn a lot of each other. But wow, you've had a real interesting life in that period of the rock, the music.
I just did what I always did what I wanted to do. So I was never interested in anything specifically.
Yeah,
I had so many different jobs and stuff like that because I didn't care what I only did what I liked.
yeah,
Well, if I didn't like the job anymore, I stopped and I went on to another job. And it was always easy to find another job, so
yeah.
I didn't care. I didn't care at all.
Excellent. So you just lived it how you did. Did it on how it suited you?
Yeah, I just lived my life, and I worked in the supermarket business. I worked in the insurance business. I worked in the record business. I worked in the television business. I worked in a morgue. I would whatever.
So would you say that the music part was the most interesting part?
Yes, and the most crazy part also.
Right. That's been excellent. As I say, I mean, I've got to say thank you to everyone in the chat that's obviously inputted. I know we've been going on for 2 hours and 10 minutes. I
My God.
I wish we could stay here and talk longer because it's been so fascinating with the stories and obviously with the people, the bands that you've met. A lot of them that none of us would ever get that opportunity. So it's been fantastic, and I really appreciate you coming up here and sharing this with us. And hopefully, look, I will start doing more of these chats, and I'll invite people up. And as I say, when I found it, especially when I did a topic on the mods and rockers. I think you might have been in the chat for that one.
Yeah.
But there's certain topics, like music, motorbikes. I mean, you've covered some of it in here as well, where it just hits the right note with the crowd,
Yeah.
And this has been really good and really fascinating.
Okay.
So I really appreciate that, and yeah, thank you for coming up.
You're welcome.
Everyone in the chat, thank you for coming. But yeah,
Thanks for
please,
having me. Thanks for having me.
No, you're welcome. Everyone, please give a big thank you to Crew Mel because this is brilliant. So, thank you. Yeah, look, there they go.
Me, man. I'm
Really good.
I'm being put on a pedestal over here. I don't know. Oh my God.
Well, this is it. This is what it's about, though, and it's about obviously when we can share things and bounce off each other. It's not. I like covering topics, but obviously with them topics, it could be kind of me firing at the crowd, hoping that they would obviously be receptive to it. But
Yeah.
these sort of things, I just want to. Here you go. Look, I like to think that people, it's a trustworthy guy. Pop up in here. Let's just have a chat and have a talk. Something else out, and like even by you coming up here, because there was a miscommunication, obviously with you yourself and Kid Rock, bang up it, cleared, and then we just cracked on and we had this excellent conversation. It's been brilliant.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to get off too because I'm getting tired.
Yeah, I was about to say, but you're an hour ahead of me, I believe, so it's nearly 11:30.
No, I'm not an hour ahead. I'm an hour behind.
Oh right, okay. Well, right, okay. It's half. It's 10:23 where I am.
10:23.
Yeah.
Oh no, I'm an hour ahead, and then yeah.
Excellent. Well, thank you sir. Thank you for everyone in the chat. And it's been brilliant. I really appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone. God bless. Thank you.
I hope to talk to you again sometimes.
We will do. I really appreciate it. Thank you.
Okay. Bye.
Bye.
Bye, everybody.